Welcome everyone to another Results Now webinar. This is Jeff Herring, your host, and we're broadcasting live from our virtual studios here north of Atlanta, several miles north of Atlanta in the foothills of the North Georgia mountains. Our topic today is You Had Me at Hello. 7 tweaks to make sure your content sets up the sale. Here's what you're going to get in this show. I'm going to show you how to begin with the end in mind and 3 guarantees ways to blow the sale. I bet all of you are doing at least one. It says 4 surefire conversation setups. Cross out that 4, make it a 7. 7 surefire conversion setups. And Jewel, that's my error, not yours, so don't worry about that. And then, of course, we're going to do the Results Now mini workshop where we're going to put some of this together. You're going to put some of this together that you can use right away. I'm going to give you a content conversion genius tip that if you do it every time, your content will convert like crazy. Write that down. Write that phrase down. Do this every time and your content will convert like crazy. How about that for a nice promise as we go in? And of course, I'm going to walk you through your next success steps, how to run with this and profit. Now, how many of y'all at least grinned about some of the interesting subject lines I sent you this week? Tweaks, not twerks. I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, you guys grinned at that. Awesome. Tracy, you're funny. That was done on purpose, many purposes. One, I like to have fun with those things. Main purpose is to get your attention, okay? Gregory's like, okay, an inward grin. All right, grin inwardly, Greg. I mean, that could cause, well, never mind. Anyway, but here's an example of why this works, okay? I had people when I Facebooked about You Had Me at Hello as the title for the webinar, many people got on there and said, Jeff, I'm not even sure what you do, but I want to come to that webinar. Okay, good. And then I got this from my buddy Shanika Journey. Here we go. An email title that made me laugh when I saw it. I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl. You know I opened it, Jeff Herring. That email was a fun read. Exactly. And you see what I said to her right after she said it. Mission accomplished. Okay? It was fun to write too. 1, you guys should have fun with this stuff. 2, you should do it in a way that gets people to open it. 3, that's all about titles. And you're going to get 3 tips for titles here in just a very short amount of time. So why listen to me? Let me just pause here and ask if there is anybody here that is here for the first time, or maybe the second or third. Why in the heck should you listen to me? This is not going to be one of those 3-hour dissertations on, you know, if you could only do things like I do, you could be as great as I am. And I hate that stuff. Second time for Joel. Well, welcome, Joel. Glad you're back. This is just a little bit about why I've earned the right to be able to teach you this good stuff. Now, back in the day, I used to be a marriage and family therapist down in Tallahassee, Florida. Just this past week, got a request for a referral for somebody down there. What this did for me, this column you see here that I wrote for the local newspaper about relationships, is it changed a lot of stuff. It changed that business and created this one, actually, because I discovered something really, really important that works offline and works even better online. When you can show people, when you can demonstrate to folks how you approach their problems and how you solve their problems, guess what? That changes the whole marketing dynamic. No longer are you having to pursue clients, patients, students, whatever. They're pursuing you. When you can demonstrate how you approach problems and how you solve their problems, it changes everything. Speaking here in the Atlanta area at the Novice to Advanced Marketing System Workshop. We do them twice a year. Love to meet some of you guys there. I know many of you are already coming. My big 4. Dan Kennedy, Lisa Sastovich, Alex Mendozian, Tom Antheon. Folks that either I've done content marketing for behind the scenes, or they use my stuff with themselves or their students, or both. Dan Kennedy, widely known as the greatest copywriter alive. And you got to know that when he hired me to create some content for him, to market one of his books, that first check is in a frame on the wall, because that was pretty cool. So you don't have to just take my word for it. Here is Entrepreneur Magazine online that says that content marketing is king. And the number one way to, the number one marketing tool for today's entrepreneur. All right, so why do we do all that we do? Here is the simple mission: to help online entrepreneurs just like you go further faster. Okay? I'm so tired of people having to make it up as they go along, getting stuck in places they don't need to be stuck. I had to make it up when I went along because back in '07, you know, we had websites and we had email. That's about it. Had the help of a good mentor, and before that, a lot of it I had to figure out. You guys don't got to do that. Okay? Gain from my experience on these webinars. So, big picture: 5 simple steps to 6-figure success, 5 factors. Content creation, what we're going to focus on in 2 particular ways: 7 particular tweaks in your content, whether that's articles, videos, whatever, and the call to action, getting them to take action based on what they've consumed. And from all that stuff, you get good things like this. You get online visibility. People find you more. You get traffic generation, more people coming into your websites and blogs, etc. You're able to build a very, very responsive, supportive, wonderful list community like you guys are by taking great care of them. And one of my favorites, from that content, creating products, trainings, resources, products that people will love and invest in. So there's the big picture. If you're a beginner, would love you to say so here in the Q&A. For some of you, that is going to be right there in your dashboard next to that little orange arrow. For others of you, that will be in a box right below your webinar screen. And if that's true of you and you ask a question, the answer will come to your email, so keep your email open. Evelyn is number 2. She's been doing this a while. Maureen is number 1, a beginner. All right. And Evelyn, if you're like a lot of people that have been doing this a while, and Joel too, Linda's a beginner, and you're not yet making the income you know you could, you're like a lot of people, probably most of the people. My goal is to get you past that. Okay, with simple systems and simple templates and simple go use this stuff that gets you to success. Gregory's 1.5. I love it, Gregory. You're always so precise. And if you're one of my experts, colleagues out there looking for a powerful edge, I'm honored that you're here, and I honor you for being here, because like me, you know that you just want to keep getting better and better and better. So here's what you're about to discover on this show. A little bit of webinar wisdom, as always. Then we're going to talk a little bit about how to begin with the end in mind. This is where most people mess up. 3 guaranteed ways to blow the sale before you even ask for it. 7 surefire conversion setups. Then we're going to do our little mini workshop and put a few of these tweaks into practice right now. You're going to create something that you can use right away in more than one place. Going to give you a content conversion genius strategy. Walk you through your next success steps, how to run with this and profit, and like all my events, so much more. Does that sound good? You guys game for this? Just let me know in the Q&A. Just say game. Not that you smell gamey, but that you just do this. Game, 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 game. All right, thanks for playing along with me, girls. All right, game on, says Deborah. Way to go. Here we go. So, just like all my events, this one has a couple of sponsors. Our first one is the Content Conversion Secrets course that is currently out there, and many people on this webinar are in it and using it to great results. Duke, you do not belong under my desk. Get out of there. The last time you did this, you shut off the Wi-Fi. Thank you very much for that little dog moment. All right, so that does mean that there will be an offer at the end of the show, if and only if I deliver on my promises. Now listen, I don't even want you to invest in it unless and until I've delivered on all my promises. However, if I do deliver on all my promises, and I will come and check with you and see if I did and see if you verify it. If I have, then I want you to feel obligated to invest in Content Conversion Secrets, not obligated to me, but to yourself, to take the next success steps and get where you want to go. Now, like all our events, this one also has a charity sponsor, and this one is called Be Rich, Do More and Give More. Has nothing to do with getting rich. It has to do with the fact that realizing that you already are. If you wake up in the morning and you've got a choice of what to wear, a choice of what to eat, a job to go to, and a way to get there, you are rich. And Be Rich, Do More, Give More is an organization all about giving back and helping folks that aren't doing so well. So what that means is a percentage of everything that comes in from this event will go to that organization. So not only are you helping yourself, you're helping other folks too. So here's a little bit of webinar wisdom for you, kids. You've seen this before, perhaps, recently. If it's back, it's because it's important. Your prospect wants to take their next success steps. Your job is to help them do it. And since you're on this webinar, I know you want to complete that job because it's all about how to do that. So now, how to begin with the end in mind. This is so simple, but so many people miss this. They play what I call marketing a la carte. They create some content, throw it up against the wall, hoping it'll stick and hoping it'll do something. No. You begin with the end in mind, okay? You sit down to create a video, do a blog post, create an article, a teleseminar, a webinar, whatever it is. The goal of this content is to, okay, boom, whatever it is. For me, for this webinar, the goal of this content is to serve the folks that have honored me by being a part of my community, and to do everything I can to encourage as many of those folks as I can to come on board with Content Conversion Secrets so they can go further faster. Okay? Now, with that goal in mind, there are certain things that's going to inform a lot of what I do on this webinar, okay, to serve you and to encourage you to come on board. Okay? So what's the goal of the content you're creating? Don't do it just to fill up space. Is it to educate, to serve, to get people to opt in and join your list? Is it to sell something? Is it to what? The goal of this content is to blank. Always be clear on that. So 3 guaranteed ways to blow the sale. I've alluded to it already. Random, purposeless content. I'll say that better. Random, purposeless content. Well, Jeff said to create some content, so I'll create some. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, though, and I don't know why. No, have a purpose for it. When I sit down and do my first revenue generating ritual of the day, which is the first thing I do online every day, I've got an intent behind it. If it's doing a little infographic for Facebook and the other places like that, it's to serve a lot of things. It's to engage people. It's to drive traffic. It's to build a list. So no more random no more random purposeless content. Be clear on what your purpose is. Another way people do it. The greatest content sin is to be boring. How many of you have been in anything, a webinar or anything, that you just, I mean, you could take it to bed with you and it put you to sleep right away, right? Gregory, nicely done. She sells random purposeless content down by the seashore. Thank you, Gregory. Whew. Okay? Don't be boring. It doesn't mean you have to be a stand-up comedian and be hilarious. Be playful. Let your personality show. Have fun with this stuff. Okay? And the third guaranteed way to blow the sale is to fail to do your job. Which your job is what we just said a few minutes ago. To help the prospect take their next success steps. A big way people mess up is they get content out there and then there's nothing else for them to do afterwards. No. You always have a call to action. And these are the things that lead up to it for you. All right, so 7 surefire conversion setups. You guys have your PDF workbook with you. If you don't have that available, just write these down somewhere. Okay, I've done my best to mix these up between text and video and to use other people's. Like, number 1, have fun with the title. You've seen me allude to that all week in promoting this thing with the crazy subject lines. It works. Look what my friend Kristen Eckstein has done. How to be a Kindle ninja. 10 ways to dominate your niche with Kindle books. Okay. The whole notion of being a Kindle ninja. For you visual people, you hear the phrase Kindle Ninja. What do you picture? Okay, a little karate person with a book or whatever. All right, so that's just having fun with it. Okay, again, the biggest sin is to be boring, and one of the ways you pay for that sin is people don't open your content, they don't open your email, they don't watch your video because your title is boring. Okay, have fun with the title. I'm going to show you some good ways to do that in a minute. That's tweak number one. Pretty simple, huh? Tweak number two, front load keywords. Now, the only thing I would change about this is I'd get Kindle Ninja a little bit further up in the string of words, into the first four words, like Kindle Ninja Adventures, or even be a Kindle Ninja. It's still in the first four words, and then how to. Okay, so you want to have keywords in the first four words of your title. Wherever it is, it gets picked up more by search engines that way. Simple and as powerful as that. Tweak number three, still using Kristen's webinar replay that many of you are on and got involved in and are doing great with. Thank you. Tweak number three, clear benefits. So what I did here is I printed out the rest of the title because it didn't show up because it was a long title on the YouTube screen. How to be a Kindle Ninja, 10 ways to dominate your niche with the Kindle series. Okay, so little pop quiz audience participation here. So what's the benefit here? What's the clear benefit from how to be a Kindle Ninja, 10 ways to dominate your niche with the Kindle series? You will not be graded. Okay, Connie says dominate your niche. Carol, dominate niche, yeah. Yep. What else? There's a lot of benefits in there. Kindle series, boom, Deborah, yeah, dominate. What made you say Kindle series, Deborah? Very few people grab that one, but you're right. Beat the competition, Terry, yeah, there you go. All right, so Deborah, because it is multiple ways to benefit. Boom, Deborah, you got it, okay? From the same work, yeah. Not only can you dominate your niche, here's 10 ways you're going to learn to dominate your niche, and you're going to do it with a Kindle series. What's that? Okay, so you're going to learn all kinds of stuff just based on this title. Now, what I would do, if I were you, is I would write that title down, screen cap it or something, because that's a really, really good title. The only thing I would change is moving those first two words a little bit further up. But 10 ways to dominate your niche with the Kindle series, that's a rocking title. Just reading that, I want to read it or watch it. Deborah calls it awesome leverage. It really is awesome leverage. Kristen and I are in a mastermind together and learn from each other. And so this is some of the good stuff that comes out of a mastermind. Okay, so tweak number one was have fun with your titles. Don't commit the mortal marketing sin of being boring. And then tweak number two was front loading your keywords, getting them out front. Tweak number three, probably the most important, is make sure there's clear benefits in your title. You've got to answer your prospect's objection in your title. And their objection is, why should I stop what I'm doing to watch this video, watch this webinar, attend this teleseminar, read this article, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, now, one of the things I want you to notice that's right in front of you but easy to miss, I told you 7 tweaks, right? 3 of them are tweaks in the title. Now, if we've got 7 tweaks, and I spent almost half of those 7 on the title, what does that tell you, class, about the title? That's not a rhetorical. Let me know here in the Q&A or in the box down below your video, depending on what platform you are using. Deborah, super important. It's huge, says Terry. Vital, says Linda. Title is vital, says Joel. Connie, most important. Titles rule, says Evelyn. Oh, I like that phrase. Titles rule. They do. Titles rule. Like I said, have fun with them. I got a kick out of all the reaction to the stuff I was doing this week. Titles rule. It's all in the title, says Julie. You're right. Okay. Why? Because if your title doesn't pull somebody in, they're not going to consume your stuff. You may have the most beautiful stuff on the inside, like Gregory's saying, if they don't get the title, they'll never see the content. That's right. You may have the most beautiful stuff on the inside. You don't get them in there. What good does it do? Tweak number 4. The Q&A description. In other words, the question and answer description. Now, this can be used. This one's taken from Easy Articles, one of my 1,600 plus articles over there, pulling in traffic for me all the time. The beauty of what I'm showing you in these 7 tweaks, if it's content, you can use these 7 tweaks. If it's a blog post, an article, a blog talk radio show, a podcast, a teleseminar, a webinar, an information product, a sales letter, a speech from stage, these things work. In your YouTube descriptions, in your article descriptions, in your blog post descriptions, this is what will show up under the title on Google. And it's an assistant title designed to get your prospect and pull them further into your content. Do you know the 3 mistakes to keep your content from converting more prospects and profits? So this is the question of the Q&A. And the answer is you'll find these mistakes and what to do instead inside this article. Okay? Now, let's position that as opposed to this article is about 3 things people do wrong when creating their content. Right? That'll put you to sleep. As opposed to, did I just do that on a webinar? Oh, Lord. As opposed to, do you know the 3 big mistakes to keep your content from converting more prospects and profits? You'll find these mistakes and what to do inside this article. Okay? That pulls people further in. It could say inside this video, inside this PDF, inside this blog post, etc., etc., etc. All right? So, a lot of people just roll past the description. Don't do that. This gets more people consuming your stuff. Now, here's a little bonus tip that wasn't even included in your bullets. Okay? This is an extra bullet, so to speak. Take this just like it is. Put it in an email with a link to the content. Boom. There's an email sent to serve your folks. You're not asking for anything other than go consume this content. It'll help you. Okay, so you can repurpose this in a lot of different ways. Tweak number 5. The "You Had Me at Hello" opening. All right, now you've done a good title. That's horrible English. You've created and crafted a wonderfully compelling title. Pulled them further into the content with a great description, a Q&A description. Now, what in the world is going to make them keep consuming your content? You got to get them from the get-go. Get them right away. Okay? And there's two ways to do it. I'm going to teach you both. So maybe this is 5A and 5B. Profitable content conversion is where the money is made online. This is how you get more prospects and profits. And you do want more prospects and profits, right? So this first part is called, get ready now, this is multi-syllable. Okay? This is called a keyword-rich absolute truth. A keyword-rich absolute truth. Keywords right here, content conversion and online. Okay? Absolute truth. Profitable content conversion is where the money is made online. It's how you get more prospects and profits. That's not something you can argue with. That's how it's done, boys and girls. What you're doing right there that compels your prospect to watch, read, listen further is you're telling them something they already know to be true. You're getting them in agreement with you. Okay? And they're going, yeah, I agree with that. That's cool. And then in the second line, I call it a connection magnet. A connection magnet. It's like in the movies when somebody turns to the camera and talks to the audience. And you do want more prospects and profits, right? So you're communicating directly to the listener, the watcher, the reader, and engaging them more. So tweak number 5 is the "You Had Me at Hello" opening. Now, if you didn't get every part of that written down, don't worry about it. It's going to show up again when we do our little Results Now workshop. You guys are going to be creating one of these that you can use anywhere, All right, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means tweak number 6 is next. I call these greased slide subheadings. Okay? Pretend like you're a kid and you're going to go down the slide. Remember those slides that you just whipped to the bottom and the other ones you got stuck halfway down? Okay? So many people in their content, the prospect gets stuck halfway down the slide because they don't keep up with the content. They don't move through it. Subheadings are designed to keep the prospect moving through the content. And that's whether it's in written form, on a video, or even if you're listening to it on a podcast or a teleseminar. But Jeff, how can I hear a subheading? It's kind of like smelling the color green without psychedelics, right? No. Okay. When you break your content up into manageable pieces, that comes through on a video, that comes through in the way you talk. So this works everywhere. And watch what I've got here. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subheadings. And this is probably only half of what's in this actual piece of content. I just grabbed part of it for you. So if you want to grease that slide to get somebody to really pour through your content right into the call to action, this is how you do it. Okay, so that's tweak number 6. Now, tweak number 7 comes out of tweak number 6. Tweak number 7 is what I call the invisible ending. So many people in the Get Started Here module of Content Conversion Secrets, when I have them do their first assignment, they come back and they say, Jeff, no wonder I've never been able to find your call to action in your content. It's always part of the content. I can't tell where one stops and the other begins. Bingo, it's invisible. Now, so here's the end. We're looking at the end. Oops, wrong way. We're looking at the end of this slide, right? Conversion magnet mistake number 3, what to do instead. Conversion magnet mistake number 3, what to do instead, right? Now, what I want you to notice here is I do not sum up my points because the content ends right here, okay? I do not sum up my points. I do not put copyright 2014 by Jeff Herring Enterprises. I do not put, I told you this, I told you I was going to tell you this, I told you this, now I told you that. I don't do anything to wrap it up. The ending is invisible because the ending doesn't exist. It pours right into the call to action. Now, I made a mistake here and decided to show it here to demonstrate something. This should be bold. I spent that whole piece of content with those bold subheadings to get people to react to this bold subheading, and it's not even bold. But guess what? Even though I messed up, this particular piece of content is killing it for new prospects. Some of you on this webinar may even be here because of this piece of content. Okay? So the invisible ending, there is no summary, there is no the end. It goes right in to where the call to action begins with a bulleted bonus tip. You can learn much more about content conversion magnets and even create your own on our next Results Now webinar. And it's an invitation, a call to action to join the webinar. Now, I want to tell you a little story here. Come back with me to Sherman Set the Wayback Machine for 2004. And I'm listening to a teleseminar by my first mentor, before he was my mentor, Tom Antion. And he's talking about 21 ways to repurpose your article. And in the Q&A, I asked him, what would happen if you used all 21 of these for a piece of content? And he said, well, at least it gets you widely known and a lot of traffic. I went, sounds good. So my question to you is, with these 7 tweaks, if you used one of them, you would do better than most people, because most people will listen to something like this and not take action on it. The ones that gain success are the ones that take action. Okay? Now, you really want to get massive success. Wonder what would happen if you used all 7 of these tweaks that you've written down, yes, on a piece of content. It would dramatically improve the way your content sets up the sale, which is the whole purpose of our entire training today. So let's move on to your Results Now Mini Workshop. We haven't even done the workshop yet, and look at all the cool stuff you guys got. So, as I alluded to, here is the opening of a piece of content. This could be an article, a blog post, a Facebook update. This could be slide 1 here and slide 2 here on a video. It could be part of a webinar. It could be part of a sales letter. It could be so many things. Here's what I want you to do. Pretend like you're doing the first 2 slides of a video, or you're starting a blog post. And you're going to open with an engaging, keyword-rich absolute truth, and you're going to follow it with a connection magnet. Now, we're going to do this in 2 separate sessions, this one first and this one second. I mean, on this webinar, not a session 2 years from now, but 2 different creating sessions. Now, I'll give you 60 to 90 seconds to create your version of this. Now, you are at a choice point. Doesn't that sound very therapeutic? So, you're at a choice point. You can use this as a template, if you care to, and just plug in your information where mine is. Or you can do it from scratch and work harder instead of smarter. Your call. All right, so whatever it is you're talking about is where, it could be where the money is made. It could be where your marriage is saved. It could be where your parenting really improves. This is how you, what blank? This is how you fill in the blank, okay? So this is how you, whatever their goal is, okay? So look what I've done here. I know a lot of people's goal is more prospects and more profits. So this is how you get more prospects and profits. Pulls people in. So 60 to 90 seconds. Give me 1 or 2 lines with an opening keyword-rich absolute truth to your content. And Connie is asking as we get going here for 60 to 90 seconds, does this come before or after the intro social proof? This is the intro social proof. Connie? It's certainly an intro. The social proof is this guy knows what he's talking about. And I'm verifying it with you. And you do want more prospects and profits, right? And boom, Connie's got hers up. Mary's got hers up. There's Deborah's. Nicely done, Deborah. All right, keep them coming, folks. About 60 seconds left. Thank you, Terry. And Carol. Always count on Carol. I know what you meant, Mary. Very good, Terry. Terry's getting ahead of the game. Evelyn, thank you, ma'am. And Marjorie, a neighbor here in the great state of Atlanta. Joel, there we go. Joel's overachieving. He's got 2. About 20 seconds left, kids. I'll read as many of these as I can get to. Stephen, good one. All right, let's start here. Connie, job search is where you decide your fate. This is how you choose what your life will be like. I like that. Mary, healthy food is key to good health, right? Deborah, responsive websites are where 50% of all website traffic comes from. Responsive websites. Terry, better public speaking skills are essential to success. Carol, giving meaningful gifts that are admired for originality and thoughtfulness is every gift giver's goal. Woo! Out of the park, Carol. Gregory, have an idea before you have a dream. Let the dream chase you. Terry, we'll do that on the second round, Terry. Evelyn, using essential oils in the home is how people begin to lessen their body burden and start creating an all-natural living situation. So you got me curious. I want to know what a body burden is. Marjorie, creative writing strategies is where your money is in getting book sales. Nicely done. Joel, how to avoid the need for hair replacement methods by securing your WordPress site. What? Did I read that right? Oh, why pull your hair out? Okay, okay. Why pull your hair out? Learn how to secure your WordPress site. There you go. All right. Mark, excellent suspension and tires are what makes your motorcycle handle like a race bike. Nicely done, Mark. So you're speaking to somebody like me that just got a bike. Stephen, walking is the activity for 50 plus individuals. Jim, Anxiety Control Workshop is where you learn how to settle your business with anxiety once and for all. Nicely done. Let's see. Connie, you have skills, expertise, talent that you want to use in your job. Awesome. Good job, guys. Very good. Okay, so a nice, engaging, keyword-rich, absolute truth. Well done. Bravo. And all those good things. Okay, so now, having done that, are you ready to do the second part and create a little connection magnet for folks? Shall we? And Evelyn is explaining body burden is the amount of known chemical substances that enter the body through chemical household cleaners and personal care products that are used daily. Oh, yuck. But see, I want to know more about that because I don't want that. So nicely done. Nicely done, Evelyn. All right, so what you're going to do now, you are turning to your audience and you are speaking directly from them and you are saying, this is what you want, right? This is why you're here, right? Here's mine. And you do want more prospects and profits, right? You can say, and I can say more prospects and profits are why you're here, yes? Okay, it could just be this, and you do want more prospects and profits, yes? Things that are bringing them into agreement with you is what you're doing here. So this is a shorter one, so let's just give it 60 seconds for sake of time. Ready, set, go. Some of you have already got that in here, and I will try to get to you guys that have already done it. Boom, Deborah. And there's Carol. And there's Marjorie. Nicely done, ladies. Gentlemen, where are you? Thank you, Connie. Nice connection magnet. Excuse me. Joel, there you go. Nice use of humor, Joel. Terry, good job. Janet. Gregory. All right, 10987 we're into here. Jim, playing off of the settling the business with anxiety. And you do want to settle it, right? And you do want this settled, right? There you go. Janet, and you do want to forget worrying about money, right? Nice. Terry, and you do want more success, don't you? Joel, and you do want hair and a secure WordPress site, right? Nice use of humor. Deborah, you do want more dollars, customers coming through your door, don't you? Carol, and you do want to be a great gift giver, right? Oh, that gets to the human in all of us. Marjorie, and you do want to write it once and get paid over and over, right? Oh, Marjorie, out of the park. I like it. Let's see. Good job, guys. Excellent, excellent job. Now, what I want you to see is what you've created in just a little bit of time. That's right, Jim. All right. What I want you to see here is what you've done in just a little bit of time. And this is just one of the 7 tweaks. put all of these 7 tweaks, I almost said 7 dwarfs, put all of these 7 tweaks into your content, and people are going to slide right into your call to action, like this one from Gregory. And you do want an exciting career, don't you? There you go. Beautiful. And Stephen, and you do want to be a healthy person, right? There you go. So now my question to you is this, kids. Well, I'll hang on to that. First, I got another question I promised I would ask you, right? Now, gave you the 7 tweaks, helped you create one. Now, what you just created, you can use anywhere. Email, blog posts, articles, websites, teleseminars, webinars, sales letters, videos, all over the place. So here comes the big question that I promised I'd come to you and ask. Have I delivered on all my promises? Please give me a yay or nay in the Q&A. Big yes in bold font, capital letters from Joel. Thank you, sir. Yes, 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 you bet. Yes, as always. Love you, Jeff. Aw, thanks, Evelyn. Connie needs help with not being boring. We can do that, Connie. Rick, Mary, Deborah, Stephen, Marjorie. You rocked it again, says Marjorie. Thank you, man. Oh, yeah, says Julie. All right, here we go. Now, listen. You just barely scratched the surface and created one piece of how to guarantee that your content converts and moves towards a sale, right? Now, what if you used all 7 of those, and I go deeper to them inside Content Conversion Secrets in a bonus, and you used all 7 of those, greased the slide into 21 different call to action conversion templates that you could use whenever you needed to, whether it's in video, text, audio. Grease the slide with these 7 tweaks I just gave you, and lead them right into carefully crafted call to action templates. Think about how that would increase your prospects. Consider how that would increase your sales. So, and do it in all of these things: video, text, audio, social media, infographics, speaking, sales letters, and even more. Okay, here's what I've got for you. This is the course that's available right now. Many people are already in there. My famous Get Started Here module, so you'll know exactly where to get started and exactly what to do next. 21 plus call to action templates in text, audio, video, social media, infographics, speaking, sales letters, and more. You and I do a consult on the phone, looking at your content conversions, your call to actions, and making them better. Okay, and I'm going to add a special bonus to that in a minute, so stand by. And then my content conversion vault. A lot of people say this is worth the investment in all my courses just to have all that information, and the private Facebook group as well. Now, that mastermind that I told you Kristen and I are in together told me I should sell this for $9.97. Joel, I want you to forget about it. Okay? Now, eventually it'll land at $4.97 someday. But for right now, I want you to forget about that too. Okay? So what if you had an entire stable of call to action conversion magnets that you can grab and use whenever you needed them and knew exactly where to use them? Okay? There it is again. So let's take a look at what you're going to get. All right? Now, go over here. And when you go to contentconversionsecrets.com, when you go to contentconversionsecrets.com, and I will, through the magic of technology, copy and paste that link from my notepad into the chat box, press a button and send it to all of you. So you don't even have to type it into your browser. You can just click on it. And I'd appreciate you a few of you doing that just to let me know that it's working. Okay? Here's what I've got for you. And we're going to walk through all the things you're going to get and what it's going to do for you in this course. So you're going to get my famous Get Started Here module. You're going to get your first assignment so you can see what's possible. I recommend watching this video once a week so you can go further faster. And then I'm going to show you how to automate your call to action conversion magnets so you can work smarter instead of harder. I'm going to teach you the 5 call to action conversion magnet criteria, how to tell a profitable fib, that stands for flow, invite, and brand, and the three-part invitational language that I'm using right now. Second thing you're going to get is all these templates for call to action. Call to action templates that should say 21 plus, not 15 plus, got to fix that. Basically, you get to templatize your enterprise and increase your creativity. Number three, all these templates for call to action in text. And I like to name things. So you get the bottom line template, the bonus template, the almost forgot template. I also tell the story there where how I met Wayne Rogers and Peter Falk in the same day, which was kind of a kick. In audio, for radio, podcasting, teleseminars, and more. In video, 3 slides, 4 slides. For YouTube, webinars, video sales letters, and more. Using them in social media. How to do this, folks, on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, even Twitter. Yeah, how to do a call to action and grease that slide in 140 characters less. Really, you want it to be 120 characters or less. I learned from my good friend Brian Basilico, so that people can retweet it and have room. And of course more. Infographics all over the place now. Why not use them to convert into more prospects and profits? Okay? I'm even going to show you what graphics convert. Some of you are familiar with my character over on Facebook, Bacon Cat, that came from a conversation with Brian, who told me that 2 of the biggest converting graphics are cats and bacon. So, boom, Bacon Cat was born. You can have fun with this, folks. Lots of bonuses. How to do this call to action and speaking. What I call seamless selling, also doing it at the back of the room. In sales letters, 3 steps, slam dunk simple. And create video sales letters. Now, the content conversion consult. Somebody's asking, is this a PDF to read? There are PDFs to read in there. There are also training videos and training webinars. So there's webinars, videos, PDFs, templates to fill out. You get it in all modalities. Okay? So when you and I get on the phone, here's what's going to happen. We're going to look at your content, make sure it's set up to set up the sale, and then we're going to look at your call to action magnets. And if you, not if, when you are one of the first 17 people that come on board at contentconversionsecrets.com from this webinar, not only will you get all those, not only will I do that consult with you, I'll extend the consult and I'll create a call to action magnet for you as if it was my own. That would be $1,000 if somebody hired me to do that. You get it free as part of this course. Okay. Then the conversion vault, articles, videos, both mine and other handpicked experts, all about how to do this. And then the private Facebook support community. Right now, that's what I've got for you. Here's what it'll do for you. This is a simple, methodical, time-tested, proven, effective, profitable, powerful system that brings you more prospects and profits. You get more highly qualified opt-ins quicker, so you get more prospects that way. And as we talked about, greasing the slide to the sale with your content, you make more sales. You get to templatize your enterprise. You no longer have to stare at a blank screen, a blank this, a blank whatever, trying to figure out what the heck you're supposed to do next. When you templatize your enterprise, it's there for you. And once you incorporate these content conversion secrets, your blog posts, videos, articles, audios, infographics, social media updates, speeches, webinars, sales letters, reports, whatever it is you do will dump cash into your system like a well-oiled machine. And when you have a well-oiled machine, you eliminate the guesswork. And here's one of my affiliate partners who is a joint venture expert talking about how this makes all your content a mini sales letter. So what I've modeled for you is a call to action here, right? I showed you what I've got for you. Now I showed you what it'll do for you. And here's what you want to do next at contentconversionsecrets.com. Remember, normally it's going to be $497. You can come on board for 3 payments of only $77. One now, one in a month after that. Or save yourself $34 and invest with only one payment of $199. $197. So let me take it back over to our slides. Okay, so that is what you get. Now, here's that genius tip. In everything you do, whether it's a webinar or a tiny little blog post, you want to share at least one gold nugget of immediately actionable info. That is the secret sauce, folks. That's why people keep coming back to my shows. Somebody's asking, is it's in plain English because it's not your first language. There's not a whole lot of folks that speak more plainer than I do. Because I just talk conversationally. I do that on my webinars. I do that in my training. So yeah, it's just plain simple English. So when you deliver at least one gold nugget of immediately usable information to folks, they keep coming back and they become loyal to you and they invest with you. It's why you guys are here. It's why you guys get my courses, okay? So always share at least one golden nugget of immediately actionable info. You are not giving away the store when you do that. A small video, a small blog post, article, anything is not big enough for you to give away the store. And if for some reason you could give away your store in that amount of time, you know what that means? Your store is not yet big enough. So we'll work on that, okay? When you give at least one good piece of content, actionable info, one gold nugget in everything you do, people keep coming back. All right, so here's some people on the inside talking about how the call to actions I do are so so effortless and they want to learn it just like that. Connie's saying, I tend to try to stuff all my content into people at once. That's because you're a teacher, Connie, with a teacher's heart, just like I am. What you got to learn how to do is pace it out a little bit at a time, okay? Would you feed your children, your friends, or your pets a 7-course meal all at once? I mean, like in one bite? Of course not, because you choke on it. And that's why Connie says, no, of course not. That's, if you're doing that, folks, you're going to get 2 reactions, neither one of which are good, because neither one leads to no sale. People are going to be overwhelmed and confused, or they're going to feel like they're already full. So why get more? So, good question, Connie. We'll get you past that. Here's David Perdue, one of the people that like twisted my arm for 2 years to create this course. He said, don't create another word of content until you learn Jeff Herring's content conversion secrets. And there is the place where you have the opportunity to get on board and start, contentconversionsecrets.com. Here's everything you get, the famous Get Started Here module, 21 plus call to action templates, also adding the bonus of breaking down what I showed you today, the 7 tweaks, and call to action in text, audio, video, social media, infographics, speaking, sales letters, and more. Consult with me. Again, first 17, and congratulations to everybody that's on board. I'll get to your names in a minute. The first 17 that come on board, you guys are all safe, and there's more room for you. You get, I'll create one of those call to action conversion magnets for you, okay? Deborah, oh, I like that. It's hard for most to take in a lot of new info, then be able to apply it yourself. But it's easy to follow and apply a breadcrumb trail of smaller golden nuggets. Brilliant stuff, Jeff. Thank you, Deborah. Can't wait to talk with you. And you get the content conversion vault with all my articles and videos and others, plus the private Facebook group. So it is now choice time, boys and girls. To come on board and get started right away, contentconversionsecrets.com. You can come on board for one payment right now of $77, and then in a month another one, and a month after that a third one. Or like a lot of people do, save 34 bucks, come on board with one payment of only $197, and there is your choice point. Now, let's look at the questions here. The following two always come in. Jeff, when does the training start? As soon as you come on board. This is a work in progress, and one of the things I've learned is not to, awesome, you are on board. The person that was asking about the language issue. Good, can't wait to work with you. Connie, how many sessions? There's 5 main modules and then bonuses, Connie. What was I saying? When does the training start? Yeah, I give this to you in chunks so you consume it and go use it. Come back, consume it, and go use it. The Get Started Here module is ready to go, complete with the webinar training. The call to action conversion magnets and text is all done, except for the webinar training that we're doing this week. And then we're building the rest of it out. Okay, so you can consume it a little bit at a time and master it. See, I don't want you guys feeling like you're drinking from a fire hose or any of the other things that get in the way of learning. Trust me on this. Start with the Get Started Here module. Don't pretend like you're too smart for the room. Start there, and you'll do just fine. And then consume all the other stuff. Now, whether you can make it to the live training or not is really no problem, because in the members area and in the Facebook group, you can ask your questions in advance. I will answer them on the training. And if you miss it, you can come in and catch it, and it'll be like I'm talking to you personally on the recording while I answer your question. So that's the first question I get off. And the second one is, Jeff, if I need to finance this, which is fine, folks. If you need to do 3 payments of 77, that's fine. However, listen, or at the same time, listen, do what I tell you to do on the inside. You won't need to finance something at this level again. You can do it. And the question is, do I get the training all at once? Or do I get access to the training, or do I got to pay all 3 of the 77s? Listen, you guys know this and have been with me for a while. I treat you all like adults, right? And so part of that is, you know, we do this on the honor system. You come in for 77, you get everything. And I expect you to use it. Okay? Jeff, what if I'm just starting out? Perfect. Okay? Because you'll learn how to do this the right way without junk getting in the way. Now, you could go out and let stuff get in the way and then come back, but why do that? Because my whole goal, remember, is to help entrepreneurs go further faster, right? Go further faster. So where you want to get started with your going further faster is contentconversionsecrets.com. Jeff, what's the difference between a call to action and a conversion magnet? Not a thing. They're the same thing. Okay? Now, what the heck does that mean, Jeff? All right, so a call to action is you're experiencing one right now. I'm asking you to take your next success steps, right? And our job is to help our prospects who already want us to take the next success step to take them, right? Okay? So a call to action is simply asking somebody to take the next success steps. And how you do it makes all the difference in the world. For instance, when I said in that subject line, I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl, I went on and said in the email that on that movie, saying the wrong words like that can get somebody fired. And this saying the wrong words in your call to action probably won't get you fired, but it'll get you less sales. This is all about using the right words. Sue, is this live? What we're doing right now is live. The training is all there for you and recorded in most of the training modules, Sue. Now the webinar trainings we'll do live, and then they'll be there recording. I got some of your other template-based programs. This is still, Sue. Is this a complement or overlap to other programs? In no way is it an overlap, Sue. It is the perfect 1-2 punch. In profitable content creation templates, I show you how to create content. much deeper than the 7 tweaks I showed you today. In this one, I show you the words to use at the end in text, audio, and video, and more to get people to take the next success step. Join your list community, so it's language for that, and also to buy stuff from you as well. So welcome aboard to Debbie. And Deborah says this is a great leverage for content creation templates. And Zach is on board, as is Thomas. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So good job, guys. Can't wait to talk with all of you. Everybody that's on board so far is safe for the first 17, where I will create for you a call to action magnet for you. So awesome on that. Good job. Now, what I love doing is keeping these things around an hour because your time's valuable. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set this little timer here for 15 minutes. I'm going to put it right here and start it. That means you have from now till that timer runs out to grab this and also get that extra bonus, and I'll create one of these call to action conversion magnets for you. Which reminds me, I was answering a question and then I got sidetracked by a question. That sounds a little weird, doesn't it? What I mean is, we were talking about, somebody asked, what's the difference between a call to action and a conversion magnet? They're really the same thing. A call to action is simply asking people to take the next success steps. How you say it makes all the difference in the world. Now, the phrase call to action is a little bit overworn, and so when I see a phrase like that, I like to create a stronger phrase. So that's the conversion magnet, which is what all of these really are. That you get 21 plus conversion magnets that show people how to convert, how to use your content to convert people into prospects and convert them into customers. Okay, so when I say call to action or conversion magnet, those are interchangeable, and sometimes I'll say call to action conversion magnet. So anyway, you look at them, or whatever you call them, you need them. Time to jump on board at contentconversionsecrets.com. There was one more question I wanted to get to. Jeff, you said you can create info products from your content. Yeah, absolutely. Bundle a few blog posts, bundle a few articles, or take one and expand it. Those are information products. Those are training modules right there. For everyone that has come on board, what we will be doing for the rest of today, and it will be done before your head hits the pillow tonight, or our head hits the pillow tonight, we will be sending you your username and password to the inside. Now, I'm rolling right into something else after this. It's going to last a while, and so the team will be working on it, and I will be working on it when I get back. So again, before my head hits the pillow tonight, you guys are going to be on board. And congratulations, Sue. Awesome, Sue. Good questions, and I'm glad you're on board. We'll get you hooked up before the day is over. And if you have any questions or need any support, here is your email to use. Jewel and Tracy will be standing by. Ready to write this down? This is complicated. Send any support questions to support@jeffherring.com. SUPPORT @JEFFHERRING.com. In fact, since I'm rolling right into something else, and even though we're going to get the team hooking you guys up with your members area, you can, if you don't get that in the next 5 minutes, okay? God, I want to take care of you guys. If you don't get that in the next 5 minutes, send a support email to support@jeffherring.com. Include your PayPal receipt, and they'll hook you up. Okay? So, Joel, you're welcome. And thank you for being here, folks. Everyone else, thank you for being here. Thanks for investing your most valuable resource, which is your time, right? So all I'm asking you to do is invest another valuable resource, your money, in your continuing education and in selling more stuff. It wouldn't take many of these to cover the price of this. Heck, the bonus of creating a content call to action conversion magnet for you, $1,000 value. Heck, you got that. I mean, you're getting the investment paid for plus just with that. So what I'm going to invite you to do is go get this stuff at contentconversionsecrets.com. And as always, go use this stuff because it works. I'm going to leave this timer up. You still got 10 minutes and a few seconds to come on board. Get the extra bonuses at contentconversionsecrets.com. Go use this stuff, and we will catch you next time.